How do I know a wig fits me well or is being sized correctly on my head? This is a great question, and I'm a big believer in sizing a wig not just for the size of your head, but also for the shape of your head. So, how do we do that? Well, number one, a wig should never ever feel tight or uncomfortable. If it feels tight on your head, or if it feels uncomfortable, and it is baffling to me how many people come through the doors of my shop under the impression, including people who've been wearing wigs for decades, under the impression that it's supposed to be uncomfortable. It is not supposed to be uncomfortable. My wigs are very comfortable. They're supposed to be very comfortable. You're not supposed to need to rip it off your head the second you get home. And I've done 19-hour days. I do way too many of those, but I love what I do. I love my 19-hour days. But anyway, I still shouldn't do them. Not for that many hours. But anyway, that's not supposed to be the first thought on your mind. I need to take my shoes off. Yes. I need a drink. Yes. I need to see my kids. Yes. I need to yank my wig off. No, that should not be the first thought on your mind at the end of a 19-hour day. It should be comfortable. I mean, yes, no matter how comfortable it is at the end of a day, 19 hours or otherwise, it's still going to be a thing on your head. Hopefully it'll be a comfortable, breathable, lightweight thing, but it's still going to be a thing on your head. I can forget that I have a thing on my head, on my sensitive migraining head. But that's not to say I never ever feel it. There are times I do notice something on my head, in all honesty. But like now, yeah, I'm brushing the hair off my face. I feel the hair on my face. But it's not supposed to be uncomfortable, hot, itchy, heavy, pinching, pulling, tight. It should never feel like any of those things. So if it does, itchy is a problem. But any of the other things, either it doesn't fit you well, or it's not a good wig, or it's not the right wig for you. But fit is a huge problem, and it's a very common problem. So, how do you know if a wig fits you? It's a very good question. First of all, note how the lace is very flat against my forehead. This is not something you should judge when you're trying on a wig, because very often that's very individual to your forehead, and very often it needs to be taken in after you buy a lace front to be fitted exactly for your forehead. So that is the most noticeable thing visually, but that's not even something you should judge. So completely ignore that when you're trying on a wig. That's hard because that's very visible. Don't even pay attention to that. Here's what you should be paying attention to. How does the rest of it feel? Feel around the cap, all around. I'm grabbing it, making grabbing motions like this. Gently, knead it, pinch it. What am I feeling for? You want to feel, does it feel even? If it doesn't feel even, meaning whatever spaces are between your head and the wig cap, do they feel even? If not, either it doesn't fit the shape of your head, or you didn't put your hair up in the correct way. And let's say it feels really tight right here, but you're grabbing bunches of fabric right here. There should be somebody helping you in a wig store. So if it feels like that, then ask whoever's helping you, point it out to them. You need to be prepared to advocate for yourself. And keep in mind that not everybody who's selling wigs is actually very knowledgeable about wigs. I mean, hopefully they are. Hopefully the majority of them are, but not everybody is. So you need to educate yourself, which you're watching this video, so that's a really good start. Good for you. Give yourself a nice pat on the back for that. And be prepared to advocate for yourself and speak up, because no matter how good of a deal you're getting, it's only a deal if it's actually something that's gonna work for you. And it's your hair. No matter what a great price you're getting, this is a really big deal, and it's a really big decision. So don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. Don't be shy, and be nice, but don't be too nice. You know what I mean? So ask whoever is helping you, hey, it's feeling really tight right here, but there's a lot of room right here. Do you think there's an issue with the way I put my hair up underneath the wig, or do you think the cap doesn't fit me? Maybe there is an issue with the way you put your hair up. Let the person show you a better way. If it is an issue of the cap, keep trying different wigs, or talk about how the cap could be resized to fit your head better. As far as that, a couple of things I would caution you about. Number one, it's not worth doing that if the wig isn't perfect for you in every other way. I always advise my clients, if you love the hair and you love the texture and it's absolutely perfect for you, except for it's just a little big or a little tight on you, but for this one little job I could do for you, it's perfect and nothing else in the shop is as perfect, then it's worth doing for you. Otherwise, let's just keep trying, because this isn't the wig for you. I don't want to take on a huge project when something else might work better for you. So it's only worth doing if we're talking a little tweak and it's otherwise perfect for you. Also, it's only really worth doing if you're some special size, or if it's something that you can't just, like if we're talking, let's say this wig is perfect for you, but it's a medium and you're a large, well then I'll order it in a large. But if it's perfect for you and your circumference is a medium, but your depth is a large, I can't order that, so I'll add panels so that it'll still have the medium circumference and it'll have the depth of a large and it'll fit you perfectly. That's a special size that I can't just order. I have to customize it to fit for you. So then it's worth doing. Again, only if it's perfect for you in every other way. Number two, ask if they do that in-house, and ask about their policy. What if it's not quite right? Because what you don't want to end up with is where you're getting such a deal and then you have to take it someplace else or multiple other places. You get such a deal, and then you have to take it one place to do the cap, and one place to get a cut, and another place to get it highlighted, and another place to take in the lace. And next thing you know, you've been to 5 different stores and they've all done work, and somewhere, somehow, somebody messed it up. And you can't wear the wig, and you take it back. And each place you take it back to says, I didn't do anything wrong. You took it to all these other places, someone else must have messed it up. And I've done a lot of repair work too, so I've seen a lot of botched jobs where people come to me crying, I thought I was getting a deal and I put so much money into this wig. A lot of times it was people who had originally come to me. I have very good prices, but it was people who originally had come to me, thought my prices were too high and they could get a better deal elsewhere. By the time they were done putting work to make the wig just right, they had ended up spending more than they would have spent over here, where they could have just gotten everything done in one place. And the wig wasn't even wearable in the end. And they came to me crying, can you fix it? And I look at it, and sometimes I can, but I don't work for free. And I try to be nice and make as good a deal as I can. Sometimes I can't even fix it. Sometimes I look at it and I'm just like, what even happened here? Like, this wig is a lost cause, and it hurts me so much to have to tell someone that, knowing how much it hurt them to have to spend all that money and all these months later by the time they went to all these different vendors. and nobody's taking responsibility for that. So really, really important to try to find a business that can do all their modifications in-house. And there are so many different businesses that do that. I'm not the only one. There are a lot of different wig companies that will do a lot of different customizations in-house. So it's really not too hard to find, and that will offer some kind of warranty and stand behind their product if they mess it up. Like here, if I'm the one cutting your lace and cutting your wig and highlighting and whatever, and I mess it up, that's my product. It's like taking your car to the dealership to get an oil change, which I hate doing because I always pay twice as much, but I do it anyway and I feel bad doing it. I feel stupid because I pay twice as much, but I also know they're going to check everything and it's their product. And if somehow, I always have this thought, like, what if they actually do mess it up and I'm vindicated now? Because one time I did take it elsewhere to patch a tire, and they actually did mess up my car, and it was a $2,000 repair to fix it, and I'm still mad over that, even though it was last year already. But anyway, if I had taken that to the dealership and they were the ones who messed it up, they would have fixed it because that's their car and they're going to stand behind their product. And if I messed up one of my wigs, I'm going to stand behind my product. And if I botched your wig that you bought here, that I colored and cut and whatever else I did for you, and I ruined it, if I messed it up, I'm going to fix it. If I couldn't fix it, I'm going to replace it because it's my product and I'm going to stand behind it. If 6 other people are working on it, how am I going to stand behind their work, and why should I? So I don't blame other vendors for feeling the same, because, I mean, who could blame them? Because which of us would do any different? Why should we stand behind some stranger's work? Who would do that? So that is super important. Anyway, so yeah, you want to make sure it's an even fit, and how your hair is up underneath the wig. I digressed really far from wig fitting, I'm sorry. You want to make sure it's an even fit, and make sure your hair is distributed pretty evenly. There will be another video on that. You want to be able to pinch some fabric because you want some room. You don't want it to feel tight. You don't want to be able to grab bunches of fabric. If you're grabbing bunches of fabric, it's too big. For the circumference, you want to be able to stick 2 fingers into the edge and move them around, but snugly. If they have a lot of wiggle room, it's too big. If you can only fit 1 finger, it's too tight. If you fit 2 fingers and then right away you're like, oh my gosh, that's way too tight. Now I have a headache. It's too tight. So you want to fit 2 fingers. It should be very fitted, but not tight. It shouldn't be a tight garment, but a fitted one. So basically, 2 fingers fitted, but not tight. Pinch fabric, but not grabbing bunches of it. Pretty even fit. Remember, you can resize a cap. So if it's a little big or a little small, that's fixable. There should be adjustable elastic tabs to adjust the fit. It should fit you comfortably on the second to loosest. You don't want it to have to be on the loosest because maybe you'll have a headache. Maybe your hair won't go up so comfortably. There might be times you have to loosen it for some reason, but also it's going to stretch out, so you're going to want to be able to tighten it as well. So when it's a brand new wig, it should fit most comfortably on the second to loosest of the adjustable elastic tabs. And don't pay attention to the lace because that would have to be taken in for a custom fit anyway. And again, make sure they do that in-house also, wherever you buy it.